That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
But you're not a red flag, so I can't say that.
I'm a red flag. Hey, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna cry after this show. Nah, joking. That's absolutely fine.
The first anime video that I posted, which was my hot take that I think that FMAB is overhyped.
What?
But
And here we go.
It's another week, and we have another super amazing guest. You know what that means, Super Lights? Ed's gonna do another crazy Berserk intro, incorporating snippets of what the guest lights into his intro, almost like he hunted it to do some of his research. Ed, you're a monster. How dare you stalk your guests like today's guest, who has over 50,000 followers across Instagram and TikTok, enjoys cooking, gaming, and of course, anime. Well, you know, anyone whose favorite anime is One Piece, objection! Sorry, my bad. Her favorite console is Xbox, objection! Watch it, Ed. 3 strikes and you're out. Get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, it's with great pleasure to introduce our latest guest. 3DS may be her favorite console, but she loves 2D men. Welcome to the show, Amber Cosette! No worries at all.
Amazing intro. Oh my gosh.
Appreciate. When you said Phoenix Wright as part of your 3D games, I was like, I love that game, so I've got to get something in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you play all of them?
No, I think I played maybe the first one, but I just remember him going, objection! Yeah. So that was a good game. I really enjoyed that game. Great to break the cases and everything like that. Amber, thank you so much for joining the pod. We really appreciate you here. I think as a customary thing we do on the podcast, what is something that people don't know about you that you'd like to reveal today?
Oh, something people don't know about me. Oh my gosh, I should have been more prepared for this.
No. Honestly, it's absolutely fine. This is why we don't share questions, because we want it to feel organic, you know?
Something people don't know about me is...
hidden talent, hidden skill.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Or anything.
This is extremely embarrassing.
Yeah, go for it. We like embarrassing.
My first anime expo was in 2014. That was my first and last anime expo. And I was 15 years old. My love for 2D men. I saw a Kaname pillow, body pillow, from Vampire Night, and I did acquire it, and I had it for like 5 years, and I would always sit him next to me. This is like a deep, dark secret. And I filmed when I finally felt like I outgrew it, when I threw him away in the garbage. So, and I sent it to my sister. So that is my deep, dark secret. That's something that no one really knows about me.
Well, we appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much. Yeah, is that a reason why you haven't gone to another anime expo, or just...
No, I just haven't. My dad took my sister and I.
Okay.
We've always loved anime. He's like, okay, I'm going to treat you guys to going. So we went to the one in California, and I just haven't been back. But I really do want to go to another anime convention soon.
Yeah, definitely. Same. I haven't been one since COVID. Oh, gosh, Ed.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I tell a lie. Sorry. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Sorry, I tell a lie. 2 years ago, I did go. So yeah, I did tell a lie. Sorry, I just forgot.
Hey,
But yeah, I do need to go to another one. What I want to do is cosplay. I've never cosplayed, so I want to cosplay.
What do you want to cosplay as?
So my co-host Solo is like 6'2", and I'm like 5'8". So we're gonna do Goku and Vegeta. I'm not Goku, Nappa and Vegeta. Nappa and Vegeta, because Nappa and not Goku. Sorry, Nappa and Vegeta. So he's bald as well, so potentially it might work. I just need to try and get the spiky hair. So we say
we need to see photos. That needs to happen. I will be following up on that.
I keep telling guests this, and they're like, "We're gonna hold you to account, Ed. We're gonna hold you." So yeah, for sure. Please do hold me accountable. Okay, so before we take it back and hear your hero's journey, one thing you said on one of your videos, and by the way, it's a friendly environment here. We don't judge. We always say this, but I did get triggered by one of your videos on anime villains. When you said, and you were unsure about whether Eren was a villain or not. And I just want to unpack that, because I don't see how people think he's 50-50. It's crazy to me. And people, if you haven't seen AOT, then maybe skip the next 20 seconds or so. But if anyone takes about, what is it, 3/4 of the world's population,
Yes.
I don't care what the reasoning is. You're a villain in my eyes.
Yes.
But I want to understand your approach because, you know, we're here to learn. So,
Okay, I'm actually so glad that you asked
Yes.
this because I wanted to make a video, actually have a video filmed talking about the differences between anti-heroes and villains. And I think that there is a difference between the two. And to me, an anti-hero is someone like Eren, Lelouch,
yep.
maybe like Yagami, but like people that did something for the greater good of people that they wanted to protect or love. And when I think of a villain, that's someone that is doing something that is selfish, like for their own gain. And I think that people could argue that Eren was doing it to protect the people that he loved. Like that's the only thing the only world that he knew. And I don't know. Like I generally don't know what I would do in that situation if the rest of the world were against like my small circle of people that I love. Like would I take out the rest of the world? I have no idea, but we haven't been put in that situation where people were going to attack it. So that's why I argue that Eren isn't a villain, but I would say that he's an anti-hero because he did things that were morally very questionable. And it's a hot topic for that reason.
Yeah.
Because people are still debating, did he do something right or wrong? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But
I mean,
that
he
is
was
why-
definitely put in a tough position.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, he deserved jail. Like, he needs to go to jail.
And
I
that's the
don't
thing,
care.
I won't tell people that they're wrong for that.
Yeah,
because-
for sure.
Yes.
It's the whole kind of like, have you seen My Hero Academia?
Yes.
So it's like Stain and, you know, his kind of
Yeah.
motives and so on. I get it, you know, he
Yeah.
could call Stain an anti-hero as well to some extent.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I just think like if we take the branch of villainy, anti-hero is probably one of the, you know, the umbrella of villainy, anti-hero is one of the branches from it because
Yes.
you can have any motive. You can say you did it for this reason, but at the end of the day, a crime is a crime. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's what anti-heroes do is they do things that are like people wouldn't typically do
Yeah.
to achieve their goal, but it's something that a lot of the audience can sympathize with. But some of them are probably like, what the heck are you doing? Like jail, crime. Like
Yeah,
away
for
life.
I mean, that's
So
my.
yes, I see your
But
point.
no, I see your point. I can see that. You know, yeah, it was a tough decision. I just think
Yes.
it's black for me. It's black and white because
Yes.
I think one or two people, maybe even, maybe 100, but I'm pushing it there. But half or 3/4, like that's what 4 billion people or so. Come on,
I know.
You
but
nearly
see,
wiped out
you
the human
see
race.
Eren, like kind of struggling. I think that's what makes it. I mean, it doesn't make it difficult because obviously what he did was a lot, like 4 billion
Yeah.
people, like you're saying. But like you see him in the moments where like he sees the woman with like the child when he's in paradise,
Paradise, yeah,
and
yeah.
like because he has seen like a vision of her like dying and like you can see the despair on his face. So like for Eren, it's not like he's reveling in people's despair, it's actually like destroying him. So that's why I'm like, I don't know that he's like he's not fully bad, obviously he's not fully good, I think, because of what we all know.
I'm saying you're saying yeah to the previous one. I think he's fully bad, but you're right, and that is why I keep saying it, and I've said it a lot of times. AOT in the last 10 years has animated a decade for me because, like conversations we're having now, brilliantly told story. We did an episode about toy soldiers, and you know when Gabby came into the fray, bringing kids in. You know, politics, you know, love, hatred, like it's just, and I won't spoil it for people, but honestly, and I need to go back and watch it in sequentially because I know there was loads of big gaps, right, between.
Yes.
So I just want to go. I know you've read the manga.
Yes.
which are probably, does it stay true to the anime?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I would say that the anime left out like some small details.
Mm.
For me, I actually liked the manga more. I of course love like anime adaptations because of the music and like the gorgeous visuals and like the
Yeah.
voices. It brings them to life. But I appreciated the manga for AOT because it's like an information dump, but I can process it at my own pace. And there was like just small things that they left out, but nothing huge that I can really remember. But I'd recommend reading the manga.
Okay.
I think it was really good.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't want to like jump in a deep end, but I needed to get it
Oh,
off
no,
my
I
chest,
love
you know?
that. I love
I just
that.
needed to understand that. All right, let's go back to your hero's journey. So, how did you like? Because we are an anime podcast, but we have a lot of content creators who listen to our podcast, and just people in general who are curious about the life of a creator. So, I guess what made you start content creation?
Okay, so I worked in HR actually before I decided I wanted to, and I just never felt fully fulfilled. I felt like my whole life I was a very creative person. Like, we were a very musical family. We grew up on games and anime, and I've always loved photography and seeing beautiful videos and beautiful art, like all of those things. And the times I felt most alive at my corporate job was when I was making like Canva announcements to send out to the company and just like making it fun and making articles and things like that. And I don't know, like I just always enjoyed the process of creating something. And I always had people telling me to try streaming, and I did try that for a little bit, but I'm so introverted that my social battery was just depleted after every single stream. And I don't know, as I was consuming content, I was just so inspired by a lot of the content that I was seeing, and I was like, I really want to try this. And I thought I was going to go into like ASMR cleaning videos, but they were not doing well. They're like at the 200 view jail. And I was like, I called my sister one day. I was like, I'm just going to talk about my controversial anime takes because I know anime and I'm going to see how it does. And that was my first video that did well. It got like 10,000 views, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is what I'm passionate about. Like I love anime, I know it, I love video games, all the things. So that was kind of my journey, and I just kept making videos, and here we are now. That was about a little over a year ago.
Okay. No, I like that you had self-awareness in terms of you were doing something, it wasn't fulfilling you. I think, and again, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone has their own circumstances. But I think the decision to, jump into content creation, because there's always, I'm going to do this, but we always speak and nothing actually happens, but you're making something happen, which is the main thing about I hear from a lot of content creators and guests I've had is just like starting, the whole journey to 1,000 miles, analogy, right? And it begins with one step. So no, kudos to you and like, trying and I like that you pivoted as well, because it could have been that you just kept going if there's AS. This is how we clean the video.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't speaking. I was
okay,
just
my
doing,
bad.
Like, the sound.
Okay, my bad.
I should have clarified. It was just like no noise except me cooking or cleaning. It was.
Okay, fair
It was
enough,
a disaster.
No worries. But anyway, you saw that, look, this ain't working. Let me just, and I think a lot of people see, I'm not saying you're not passionate about the cleaning stuff, but I think a lot of people, it's, they see authenticity when someone's passionate about something in their content. So no, kudos to you. I'm passionate about football, but I don't think I was as passionate as football as maybe I wanted to be. So even though my other YouTube channel about football was okay, I didn't necessarily, continue it for a long stint just because, again, I wasn't as passionate as I was about football as I am anime. I love football. Crystal Palace is my team, but I just wasn't as passionate about it. So
wait, the American football or the soccer
no,
football?
soccer as it's known around the world. Well, mainly Americas.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good old English football. F0 FOOT. Yeah, foot. But yeah, I am still passionate about football, but not as much as I am anime. I think anime is like number one for me. Just in
Okay.
general.
Do you have recommendations for like the best football anime? I know that there's Blue Lock. And
Yeah, there's Blue Lock.
Ashi or something like that.
Sorry, which one?
Al Ashi? Is that what it's called?
Chi.
Really? I don't know. Maybe I'm
Let's check
just
that.
saying something not.
There's so I've watched. Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. So yeah, Blue Lock is one. Captain Tsubasa is another
Okay.
one. And then there's one I really watched. It was really, I think it's Winning 11. I think I need to double check that. But it's about,
Okay.
again, he's a right winger, and then he's trying to like help the team. You know, classic anime. You know, he
Yes.
gets better. Trope. He goes through his training arc. But hey, it's a formula that works, right? So
I love it.
yeah,
There's nothing
exactly.
wrong with that.
No, there definitely isn't. I think it's Winning 11, but that was a really good one as well. But
Okay.
I love sports anime, so Hajime no Ippo is probably my best sports anime.
Okay.
Not sure if you've seen that one.
I haven't. People keep telling me to watch
Yeah,
it, and
that's
I need to.
incredible. And then Haiku's a good one as well, actually.
Yes, that's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, Haiku's really good. What's one of your? I know you've been doing it for about a year now. What's one of the favorite things about content creating, and what's one thing that you don't like as much with content creation?
My favorite thing is honestly just seeing progress in like the community and also just the quality of my videos. I'll
Yeah.
look at my videos from like a month ago. Sorry, I have something in my eye, and like cringe. And I'm like, okay, how can I be better? But like, it makes me so thankful that I have the community that I do that have just kind of stuck with me since the beginning of like my more not so well done or not so well edited videos. Like, not every video is perfect, but it's really rewarding to see that people just see the potential or they
Yeah.
like the things that I talk about. And so that's really fun to have that community there that supports me through it. My least favorite thing, I don't know. I'm a kind of sensitive person, so any critical comment that I get, I take so seriously because it's
Yeah.
just like, no, you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. Like, I hate feeling misunderstood, but that's kind of what happens. It's the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
What has to happen. So I've definitely become stronger as I've done it, but it's still hard for me.
Nah.
Yeah. Critique
No.
criticism's
That's a valid. Those are two valid points. Especially first of all, when it comes to the anime community. To your point, it's kind of like that feedback. Keep going. I love your videos. When we first started, and still to this day, we get a lot of people messaging saying how much they enjoy the episodes, made them laugh. So I think that's great because you're kind of not doing a service, but you're sharing your passion, and people are just kind of like,
Yeah.
respecting and just thanking you for what you're doing, which is great. I think I think you're valid as well in terms of like the bad thing, especially when it comes to negativity, because yeah, anime fans are one of the most passionate fans you will ever meet, right? So
Yes.
it's kind of, I mean, in other genres as well, football, whatever, but anime for me is just, it's crazy. And this is why whenever someone comes into our Discord or when we have guests on the show, like, you're happy to have your own anime opinions. We just want a bit of a rationale, just to
Yeah.
kind of like, quantify that or validate that. But otherwise, if you think, I don't know, Blue Lock as an example is the best anime in the world, then that's fine.
Yeah.
We've had discussions about this. I think there's things that are objectively great and subjectively great. And I think there's two
Yeah.
differences between the two, right? So
Yes.
objectively, we can say One Piece is the best anime. No, I'm joking.
You One Piece fans are so dedicated.
The
I
One
get
Piece
so
is
many
real.
comments saying One Piece when. Why is it
Oh,
you watch
really?
One Piece? Yes. But I love it. Like, I love that you guys love One Piece. I think that speaks to the
When something
franchise.
is just so great, we want people to experience it just like, no.
Yes.
I appreciate, look, we said it before, we would not recommend One Piece to someone who's like new to anime just because over 1,000 episodes is wild.
Yeah.
You could get through the manga quite quickly, but yeah, I think but if they do start, it's gonna be a journey that they will not regret. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
agree.
I do
I'm
sound
reading the
like,
manga
oh, are
and I
you?
like it. Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
okay, so
Okay.
I say I'm reading it, but I've been at like chapter 137 for like 2 years. And
It's a
because
slow
I'm
burn.
trying
It's a slow burn.
but
It is a slow burn.
like it's just because I was like, okay, I need to pick up other things and finish them before I dedicate it to One Piece. But it's great.
Fair enough.
Like I can see why people love it. It's very engaging. The characters are great. I really like Monkey D. Luffy. Like it's made me laugh. Like, and I can't wait to get further in. So like I get it, and I'm excited to see, like, finally catch up with you guys.
Well, I'm excited for you. Yeah, let me know when you get to, like, I don't know, Wano or something, because that is quite
Okay.
a while away. But that's,
Okay.
I think, what 100? What are you? Are you still on?
We
Maybe
just
Sky.
got Chopper,
Okay.
and I'm like slightly past that. But
Okay,
we
okay.
just recruited Chopper.
Yeah, that's one for me. Chopper's my favorite character, so
Really?
yeah. I don't know if you, maybe you can't see. I've got like a
More
plushie
than
of
Luffy? Or like Zoro?
Yeah, Luffy's boring. Like he's kind of funny so he's like Goku. They're both like very strong,
Okay.
have silly humor, you know. But yeah, I think and we've said this on the podcast, most MCs aren't necessarily that interesting. Their side characters are. I think that's just the dynamism that mangakas or authors do
That's
in
so
general.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. Whereas like
Wow.
Gon is an exception. Gon is crazy.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh my
Gon is an
gosh,
exception.
he's so
Yeah.
good.
But otherwise, yeah, Ichigo, blah. Yeah, Goku, nah.
Okay.
Like honestly, if you went to a party and you're like, Goku, oh, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Ichigo, don't bother me. I can't be asked. Like, don't talk to
Yeah, they're
me.
like the more basic
Yeah.
personalities with no depth.
Whereas,
no more
exactly, Vegeta's got depth. You know, he could tell you stories. You know. Yeah, there's I think side characters. I think they just do that just for the story wise. But what was I saying? Yeah, I think that Chopper is my favorite character in One Piece.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
he's
keep
too
an eye
funny.
out for him as I read.
But I think
I'll be judging you.
I don't know.
Is your favorite.
No, but I don't know if he's okay. We're skipping some of what I was going to talk about, but in terms of anime versus manga, right? I don't know if. What's your thoughts, anime versus manga? Let me get your thoughts first.
I think it totally depends. Like, I like manga for the fact that I can enjoy it at my own pace. So it's really difficult for there to be. I mean, I haven't read that many, but like there really haven't been that many pacing issues in manga. And again, I can process it, and I actually like seeing the original art. And oftentimes, I think it's better, especially for like romance manga. I think the art gets so lost in the anime adaptation. But obviously, the anime adaptation, it comes to life, but sometimes it's not done as well. Like Sakamoto Days is a great example of where I prefer the manga way more over the anime because the execution, the vibe, the feel of it just was not the same as the anime adaptation. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I envisioned. Like a lot of us were like, we expected this to have like Studio Mappa vibes, level animation, and it just wasn't that. So I don't know. I think it depends. I can't really give a answer.
No, and that's a fair assessment. I think we had a heated debate about manga versus anime. It was 2 against 1.
Okay, where do you stand?
So look, I think the the conclusion we got to, right, is, and I this is my analogy. Manga is basically the cake, and anime is the icing, the sprinkles that go on it, right? Manga is the source material, it's the original copy, it's, it's the base, it's the cake.
Yeah.
And then some people just like cake, which is fine. But some people like the icing, the sprinkles, the Smarties, whatever you want on the cake. And this is where I'm kind of like in that realm in terms of, yes, the cake is fine, but I want the icing and the sprinkles. Like when I watch One Piece, and I'm sorry not to go to One Piece again, or any anime, the music, like Chopper for me in the manga, may not necessarily convey the emotions that Chopper in the anime does. The voice, the reactions, and then all that coupled with the music and so on and so forth, it evokes a certain emotion from me that manga doesn't. So that's where I stand. Don't get me wrong, manga is great in terms of like getting through an anime. And to your point, it might be a bit more of a better story because you know how anime be, you know, fillers or just dragging things
Yeah.
out, especially with One Piece, drags it so much. But when it comes to like the music and just the voice, especially
agree.
like there's and I won't ruin it for you, but there's somewhere in One Piece where my co-host, because we've never cried, right? So in terms of watching anime or reading a
Okay, I was
manga,
gonna say.
no, not in life, but in just in terms of that. But there was, and I was like, I want an anime or a manga that will make me cry. And there's some that have really got me close. Grave of the Fireflies was definitely one. I don't know how I
Oh
didn't
my
cry on that
gosh.
one, but you
Oh
know,
my gosh. Every time I watch that, I saw
yeah,
it.
it's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was one place where because I'm reading a manga as well, and there's
Okay.
one place quite recently where I was nearly there. I didn't really. It was like it touched me, but I didn't necessarily shed a tear. Whereas my co-host, he said, yeah, it just started falling. It just started falling. But I think when I see the anime, I will cry because that
Okay.
part of that part of the story was very emotional. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, has a manga or anime made you cry?
Yeah. Again, I can cry pretty easily. Violet Evergarden, Clannad, AOT, Naruto, like it's literally like it doesn't matter the genre. I feel like I cry a lot during anime.
Fair play.
I don't know that a manga has though. So I think that speaks to the importance of the music
Yeah.
and also the quality of the adaptation. Because
Yes.
sometimes the adaptation can make it more cheesy and take away from the moment. But when it's done well, like in AOT, Violet Evergarden, etc., it's amazing and it's something that the manga can't quite do. So I think you make a great point.
Thank you. We have another convert. No, I'm joking. And then speaking of manga, so I saw that you're reading Berserk.
Yes.
That reel where you were just like on the bed, legs like how can you read Berserk and not be traumatized?
And that was satire. Someone commented and was like, and didn't understand that it was.
Yeah, it was.
satire.
Yeah, I knew.
And
I
I was
knew it
like,
was,
huh?
yeah.
I thought it was obvious. That
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
of course. Yeah.
But yeah, Berserk is amazing. I think it has
Yeah.
potential to be my favorite or like in the top 3, obviously. But oh my gosh, is it traumatized? I didn't realize, like when it said 18 plus, that it meant like 18 plus, like everything. It is insane.
It's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's and then I saw you. Have you started Vagabond yet?
I'm only like 2. I started it, got 2 volumes in.
Okay.
Something about me is I will start something, but then if I'm not in the mood for it, I'll drop it, move on to the next. So it's not that I wasn't in the mood for Vagabond, but I just wanted to read Berserk more. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
No.
finish Berserk and then start
No,
Vagabond.
that's fair. I think all anime fans are guilty, right? You start one anime and then something
Yes.
new jumps in and you go to the other anime. And I think there's memes like your other anime watching you watch your other anime and saying, yo. So no, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Speaking of anime, so how did you start or how did you get into anime?
Okay, so my origin story
Yes.
is that pretty much when I was born, my siblings were all watching anime. My mom just raised us on Pokemon. She would go to Blockbuster and we asked her, like, why would you get anime? She got us, I can't even remember, she got us like Cardcaptor Sakura, Vampire Princess Miyu, and she's like, it's just because it looked more sophisticated than like Jimmy Neutron or Fairly Odd Parents and all the things. And we're like, okay. It's like, I just grew up watching anime and playing games and like Fruits Basket and, yeah. And then Naruto is when like I fell in love and I feel like I really got invested in it. My sister saw like the preview for it on, it was either Cartoon Network or Toonami, one of the two. And she's like, oh, this looks cool, I'm gonna watch it. and we watched the first episode and we're just hooked. Like a young child seeing ninjas and having great music, and it was just really, really easy for me to get immersed into it and like daydream about it and think about me being a ninja and being with Sasuke and all of it. So yeah, came out of the womb watching anime, but Naruto is what made me like fall in love with it.
Nah, I don't get the Naruto hate. It's more kind of like the classist anime fans where if you say your favorite anime is Naruto, they're like, oh my gosh, that's such a beginner anime.
Yes.
But people don't. Naruto had such a great, and it's still like a great story. And to your like point as well, I thought it was cartoons, watched Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff. But until I realized anime was when I watched Naruto. Someone showed me the Rock Lee Gaara fight. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Oh my gosh. And yeah, that was like my gateway anime, as it were, in terms of I was watching anime, but that was like, okay, how deep does a rabbit hole go? And yeah, Naruto was just incredible. And yeah, insane. Absolutely amazing anime.
It gets
Absolutely
so much
amazing.
hate, but it doesn't deserve. I agree. I think the pacing is a bit rough sometimes.
Yeah, but most anime is, right? Because they don't want to catch up to the manga and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, you're right. The pacing. But other than that, great storytelling,
So
great tragedies, great twist. Yeah, Naruto.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. It's so good.
It was the whole Itachi. Oh, oh my gosh.
Don't even start. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was insane. Did you have did you have a favorite character in Naruto then?
Itachi,
right?
Itachi's my favorite. I also love Kakashi. I actually really like Minato as well.
Okay.
Even though he's hardly in it, but he's so sick.
No, but that fight with Obito was great as well, Minato.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about it. But I had a video where I was asking people what their favorite anime fight was, and a lot of people were saying the Obito fight, and I was like, how did I forget this? This was incredible. My jaw was on the floor when I first watched it, but Naruto has some of the best anime fights.
Yes,
it's great.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. If you could be any ninja, if you could be any village, which village would you be?
The Hidden Leaves is basic, but it does seem so cozy there.
Yeah, it is.
But
it
also,
is.
like, the Sand Village with Gaara, like, I love Gaara as well, so I'd also want to be with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably Hidden Leaf for, like, the cozy vibes.
Fair enough. No, it's one of the
things. But, yeah.
No, it's fine.
I don't remember the other ones other than
They're not relevant. No. Like who? I think Hidden Mist. I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of
You
like
the mist.
Yeah.
Okay,
isn't that one Zabuza was a part, right?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's like Zabuza, it's kinda moody, but it's also a vibe if you got like a cute cozy house.
They're kind of outside of the Akatsuki, which is not really a village but a clan. But sound looks boring. Don't like the Hokage there. Maybe
who is the Hokage there?
I can't remember. That small guy with the big nose. I can't remember his name.
Oh, okay.
And then what was Pain's? Was Pain's a village? I can't remember now. But no, I think Hidden Mist for me. Hidden Mist was just so fire. They weren't really like shown, but I just loved the whole kind of mysteriousness of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. What is a wild hot anime take you have?
Oh no.
It's fine. Like I said, no judgments here.
Okay, you're gonna judge me so hard, but I have like a disclaimer for this. Okay.
No judgment.
This was the first anime video that I posted, which was my hot take that I think that FMAB is overhyped.
What?
But
And here we go.
the reason let me explain. It's because
No, that's subjectively your point, so that's fine.
Well, when I watched it, I took a lot of breaks while watching it, and I don't know if it's because like I was just distracted. I was like busy playing Persona 5 at the time, so I was just like, okay, I'd rather play this right now than watch FMAB. or if it just because it wasn't engaging for me. Like I don't know. Like it's not that it was bad at all.
Yeah.
So I went into it with people saying it's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I was
like, okay, this is gonna be like Code Geass was my favorite at the time, and it just didn't for me. So I was like, okay, I think I just felt underwhelmed. But I really want to rewatch it because I watched it when I was 17 and I'm 26 now, so it's almost been 10 years. And now that I'm older, I really want to rewatch it because I think I have a different, like rewatching a lot of like the anime that I thought were great back then. I'm like, oh, this isn't that as good as I remember. And it may be the same for FMAB, or maybe I'll feel the same. But I have no idea. But I don't think it's the greatest of all time. And people were destroying me for that, but
no, look, as you mentioned, no judgments here, and you're objectively wrong, but subjectively, that's absolutely fine. Like,
okay, so you think it's the best of all time?
No, it's not the best. One Piece, come on, like I've got my One Piece mug. You know, One Piece is the best.
Exactly,
but I think
my point. Is that
no,
it's not as good as other anime.
Yeah, no, look, I think, and again, as we joke around here, you're entitled to your opinions and everything. Seriously, like as I mentioned,
Yes, I believe you.
There's no judgment here, like, honestly. And you've given a rationale as to why it just didn't hit you, and it just, the vibe wasn't there. I'm sure, like, if you did go and watch it again, it might be different, it might not be different. Like, for instance, Frieren, oh my gosh, I cannot stand that anime. Like, I know, I can't stand it. Like, everyone was talking about it. Frieren, whatever his name is. I watched it. I just wanted to bash my head against the wall. Like, this is so slow.
Okay, that is fair. It is a slow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't describe it as like a high action, fast paced show. Like, it's not for people that enjoy that. Like, I will agree with you there, but I tend to like slower paced shows if it's done well. And I think Frieren is one of the slower paced ones that I've watched that was done well, with music, emotion, the variety of topics that it covers, like teacher-student relationship, Jiraiya and Naruto. I love that it explored it in its fullness, and like the aspect of nostalgia. So like I like Frieren for those things, but it is slow, and you have to be okay with that in order to enjoy it. But it's okay that you didn't.
No, I made it to the end. It got better, like in the last, because people just keep going, Ed, just keep going. It was just like, okay, the last 3 episodes was great. I don't think I'll watch season 2, but unless something changes, and. Again, that's people's probably be commenting and saying you're wrong, Ed. I know it's now like higher than FMAB on my anime list, which again is crazy to me. But hey, this is people's opinions, right? So exactly. So there's nothing I can do. So it is what it is. But for me, yeah, I think. In the same way, like Samurai Champloo, I think is an amazing anime. Some people might not think it is, so it is what it is.
I thought it was good, but I don't think it was amazing.
What, Samurai Champloo?
Yes.
Objection!
Okay.
What is going on here?
Here's the thing. I loved it. I didn't love it. I loved the music.
Sure, of course.
I loved the creativity with like the music and the fight scenes. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah.
For me, story is big, and episodic anime don't
fair play.
rate highly for me, and that is what Samurai Champloo is. But I thought it was really well done for an episodic anime because of I liked Mugen and Jean. I didn't really care for the girl, but she was whatever. So, like, the music and like the creativity and like the scenery that they did, like, I thought was so unique and really well done. So that's why I say it's good, but it's still not like amazing to me.
Okay, no, that's fair. I think that's fair. I think for me it's a classic. So on a scale of 0 to 10, what would you say it is? With 5 is average, 6 is good, 7 is very good. I'm guessing I know your answer because I said it, but 6 is good, 7 is very good, 8 is exceptional, 9 is outstanding, and 10 could not be better.
I gave it a 7.8 because for me, 7 is like good and 8 is great. So it's like, it was bordering on being great. And again, for an episodic anime.
Yeah.
For me, that I don't typically enjoy. So.
Okay. No, I think
Same for me.
that's a fair. No, I think again that's a good rationale in terms of why it wasn't amazing for you. I think, yeah, there is not really much of a story other than she's trying to find her father. But yeah, it's quite episodic.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's just a classic. But no, that's
Good.
fair
I'm
enough.
glad you like it.
No, but again, like you said, it's all good. Like you don't judge me for not liking Frieren,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's all good. Oh, am I saying Frieren? Sorry, I keep saying it wrong.
That's okay. It's fine. I have no idea how to either.
But one thing I did want to ask as well is so Vinland Saga. Let's talk about Vinland because I loved, and you probably see where I'm going here. I loved season 1. I think you can probably tell what kind of.
Yes. Yes.
Although
that
I am
statement told me
exploring,
everything.
I am exploring other animes. I'm currently watching Horimiya. It's not too bad.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get
A
more
lot
into
of people like that one.
romance animes. Yeah. Yeah. I've never watched it, so whenever I get guests who are knowledgeable on the subject, I ask for some anime on romance. So that's one I've watched. I've watched Lovers' War was good because that was like comedy
I
and
love that one.
romance. That was really good. Like I love comedy. So
Have you
Horimiya
seen
is
Sign
more
of
than
Affection?
Sign of Affection.
That
No,
one is
let me
like
write that down.
pure. That one is like one of my favorite newer romance. I think the visuals are really pretty, and it's just, I mean, it's like very light, fluffy, cute.
Okay.
But it's a college romance, so it was nice that it wasn't like high school.
Yeah.
I can't relate to that anymore.
Sign of
But
Affection,
Horimiya
yeah?
was good. Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was beautiful. So give it a try. I have other recs I can send you.
All right, definitely. Please. When I watch Sound of Affection, I'll ask for more. But yeah, I'm trying to expand my universe because primarily I've just watched shonen and seinen and then comedy. Well, some shonen has comedy in it, but I'm trying to expand. We're trying to expand our remit here. So Toradora, I love Toradora. That was great.
Toradora's great. I watched that in February, and I was like, this is so well done. A lot of newer romance, or just newer anime in general, can't. I don't know. It was so lively and engaging, and I didn't feel bored watching it. And I didn't feel that way more.
It was a very good
now than
story.
back then. Yeah.
There was what's the one that we watched and I said I just couldn't do it. It was my co-host went on season 2. It was on Mao. Oh, it's really annoying me. It's like one of the highest.
Apothecary Diaries?
No. That I heard is good. That I heard is really good. So my co-host and I, because it was such a high rated romance anime, we decided to watch Clanad. My co-host actually loved it. He watched both seasons, but I stopped at like episode 5. Couldn't do it.
Is it because, a lot of people say it's because of the art. Is that why? Or
No, I didn't think. I just didn't get into it. It was I need some. Nothing was happening for me. That's why. Maybe I wasn't watching it properly, but nothing was happening.
See, I haven't seen it in a few years, but I rewatched it. I think during COVID.
Yeah,
I remember it being. I remember it being like very engaging and lively, but that's because I'm very biased towards it because I watched it when I think I was 13, and I didn't comprehend what was happening except that there was a lot of emotions going on. And I thought it was comedic and fun, but I mean, a lot of people complain about the art, so that's why I was like, oh, was it the art? But I don't know. I think the second season is like what makes it a masterpiece for me. It goes where a lot of romance anime don't go. So I appreciated seeing that, and I still haven't really seen another romance anime execute it like the topics that they did in season 2 as well as Clanad did. But it's not for everyone.
No, you're right. Maybe I'll prefer the manga instead. Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's visual novel.
Is it visual? Oh, it's a visual novel. Okay, fine. Yeah, my co-host loved it. He watched. I was like, "You've watched season 2."
It's probably my favorite. But
wow,
for like nostalgia, like my sister and I watching it and just sobbing together. So that's cool. It's very good and emotional.
But back to Vinland Saga. I was just saying, what did you think about season 2? I get the whole pacifist. He's trying to change. Doesn't want, and I understand the premise. But as I said to my co-host, season 1 was like ice cream. Season 2 was broccoli. ice cream's not good for you. Broccoli's good for you, but you want the ice cream.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think it's either you liked it or you don't. Especially, like, I think it was obvious, like, that he became a pacifist, and some people just didn't like that. They wanted to see more of what season 1 offered.
Yeah.
But for me, going into it, I just wasn't expecting that. Like, I watched it because a friend of mine posted, like, a meme on his Instagram story, and it was, like, a guy drinking and saying, like, I feel like a changed man because of Vinland Saga. And so I was like, oh, like, what is happening in this? And I saw people saying that Thorfinn is the opposite of Eren, who's one of my favorite anime characters. And so I was like, okay, I need to see what's going on. And so season 1 paired with season 2, I think is what made it so amazing for me, because for me, there's stuff happening in my life at the time where I felt like the messaging of season 2, even though I wasn't, fighting people in a war, but the messaging of like why are we fighting? Like we are not enemies. We want stuff for the greater good, essentially. And so I really admire Thorfinn's I don't know, I admire that journey, because it's not something that we really see often, seeing someone that is so set on revenge and fighting in war, not really thinking about the people's lives that he's taking or ruining. And then in season 2, seeing that change. Even though I will say this pacing for season 2, I rewatched it and I could see that it was like, there were parts that did drag on. I think the manga, because you can read at your own pace, did a better job at that, because you can just read through it. And post manga, since I've read it, I don't know, I think it's just become even better than what I initially thought after I finished the anime. So for me, it was perfection, the two combined. But I can see why people are like, well, where's the action? Where's the craziness? But yeah, I liked it for the peace making.
No, definitely. I think, no, to be honest, it's genius in that you completely do a 180 in terms of you give someone or you give people something, and then to your point, I think like I said, it's broccoli. Broccoli is much better for you than ice cream.
Yes.
Not that I'm a nutritionist, but but yeah, and I think the messaging is again very apt in terms of like, most people would see red, want revenge, so on and so forth, but he completely changes his outlook. I think it's a great message to just how we live our lives as well. So I'm not knocking the mangaka for going down that way. It was just that I didn't expect it, but
no, I think that's
but
fair.
I understand.
You either like it or you don't.
No,
Like,
no,
if you want
I
more
do like
action,
it.
then that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh.
I liked it. I would have preferred maybe just a little punch in the face or something.
I honestly, okay, I can agree with that. I thought,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I was so surprised by it, and maybe that's why I liked it so much, is because when he entered, like that, where he's going to talk to people, like, and the guys are all surrounding him.
Yeah.
That it was just going to be an all-out brawl, and that a war was going to happen, because that's what from season 1, that's what I was expecting. So for me, it was such a surprise that it went the way that it did. Like, I was just in awe watching it, because I think it was so well done. But that is why I love season 2.
No, you're absolutely, again, I can't, there's nothing I could, you're objectively in this case right. There's no subjectivity about it. You're absolutely right. I'm just being one of those, like, I wanted to see some blood and action, but otherwise, yeah. I think the messaging, everything was spot on. So fair play to the mangaka there. This is a question I got from John Marco asks, not him specifically, but just watching his reels. What's an anime green flag, sorry? And then conversely, what's an anime red flag?
Like, as far as
Just like,
characters, or like,
yeah, maybe like, for instance, Ed, and this is not me specifically, but you just say Ed doesn't really take other people's anime's opinion. That's a red flag kind of thing. Or
okay.
Ed watches other anime outside of shonen and seinen, so that's a green flag for me kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
An anime green flag, I think, is Maybe when I was gonna say when people like Clanad, but you don't.
No, 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 no.
And that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
But you're not a red flag, so I can't say that.
I'm a red flag. Hey, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna cry after this show. Nah, joking. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
Okay,
And then
a
what's
green
your red flag?
Okay, a red flag is, I think, yeah, when people, like, tell other people that their opinion is bad for not liking an anime that they love. I think that's a really big red flag, because I like having conversations with people like you where it's just like, oh, why did you not like something? Tell me about it. Let's talk about it, and I'll tell you why I liked it. It's just really fun for me to talk about that. But when people are mean about it, it's not fun, and it is a red flag.
Agreed. So. Agreed. I'm a bit sad I'm a red flag, but it's okay.
No, that's why I changed it. I changed it.
You mentioned Lelouch, and I love Code Geass, one of my top animes. I've saw in one of your reels that he is your number one anime character. Again, just like you mentioned, you know, just having this discourse. Why is he your number one character?
I think I say this a lot, but I think a factor of it is nostalgia, because I watched it when I was really young. I watched a lot. Most of the anime that I watched was when I was younger, because I had a lot of time. And Lelouch is like the first kind of anti-hero character that I really saw that was really well done. And I don't know, I love that he was really intelligent, and that, how do I say this? You can cut this out if you need, because it's spoiler, but the sacrifice that he did in season 2, the ending, I think the last episode is one of the best anime episodes of all time. But for me, it was like the journey of seeing someone do things that were morally gray or just morally not good, but doing it to protect his sister. That was his goal. He wanted to protect his sister from everything because he loved her so much. So I hadn't really seen anything like that. And so I love the concept of sacrificing even if it means yourself. And Lelouch did that. So I love him. He's very complex. Yeah. And his character makes you really think about the state of things. And
no, definitely. Yeah. No, I agree. Controversial take, but that's one of the first animes I watched dubbed. Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was great dubbed. Nonally.
Okay.
But yeah, you know how he says his sister name. Nonally.
I didn't watch it in dub.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll watch it though.
No, you don't have to.
I know what you're saying. Actually, I don't need to see the clip because.
Yeah, you got it here.
We have a voice actor here.
But no, it was Again, I think I've come a long way, and this is what I loved about starting this podcast. I've come a long way between the whole dub and sub stuff, because I think back in the day, dubs were just bad. I still prefer sub, but I'm not going to lie. If it's what was I watching the other day? Reincarnated as a Slime. I'll just watch that. There's it's not a deep story, so I'm just happy to have it in the background. That's one of
my favorite.
Yeah, just to have it in dub and just do other stuff whilst I'm watching anime. Because when it's sub, you got to be engaged, and it's fine. Yes. I don't mind unless I don't know Japanese that well, so I don't mind. Just especially with the One Pieces or something I don't know. I'm just. Actually, even Full Metal, I'll watch that dubbed, actually. But yeah, I just, in terms of, in general, just, if it's, what I'll do is, I might switch between the two and then choose. But generally, I go sub. But with the lighthearted ones, I just go dub. I think
I used to hate on people for, watching dub when I was younger. I was so mean. But, now I see, it's, so people can multitask. Not a lot of us. I've been watching sub my whole life, and I don't understand anything that they're saying still, but dub is very convenient because you don't have to read the subtitles, and you can do other things while you're watching, and some people just like the voices more, and that's fine. So I'm glad that you have a use for both. That's really smart to switch between the two.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I used to, same like you, how could you watch dub and stuff like that. But hey, times have changed. Voice actors are better.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's still stuff that I would generally watch sub just because.
Yeah.
But things like Friar, I'm not Friar. Actually, Friar, I watched that dub because I was like, if
A lot
I'm
of
gonna
people
do
like
this,
that dub.
yeah, I thought, yeah, it was actually really good. So what are you currently watching at the moment?
I'm watching Solo Leveling, and I just finished Sakamoto Days, and I'm
Oh,
watching
nice.
Dororo right now as well. So those,
I saw that and I said, girl of great taste. Dororo is so good. So it was one of those animes that surprised me. I watched it like 2 years ago. Incredible. Sorry, go on. You were saying.
oh no, I'm not. I need to like binge it. I'm supposed to be done with it by April 1st, and I'm only like 8 episodes in. But my impression of the first episode was that it seemed like lower quality than I was expecting, but people are like, it's a remake of an older show, and they're like, it just gets better, like I promise. And I've seen that it does. I think it does a really good job storytelling, and I love the premise of it. It's really interesting. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm excited to finish it because I've heard nothing but good things. And
Yeah.
you liking it is making me more excited. So I'll go
It's
watch it.
I don't want to be because
no.
yeah, but I don't want to be to your point. I don't want to be the person that hypes it, and then you're just like, yeah, it was all right.
Well,
Because
I'm
I
enjoying
get
it.
okay, that's
I'm
good.
enjoying
Good.
it.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I'll admit if I'm not enjoying something, but I am liking it.
Fair
so
enough.
far.
So we've talked about a lot about anime and manga in general. How has anime/manga impacted your worldview?
I mean, it's been a part of my life, my whole life. And I think that there's anime that have really changed my perspective on life, like Vinland Saga.
Yep. Yep.
It's influenced the way that I think about things, the things that I think are funny, and yeah, like my humor with my sister. It's a lot of anime references, and so I feel like it has in a way shaped who I am because it's such a big part of my life. And I like when I grew up, I was like, wait, what do people do if they don't go home and watch anime? Like I genuinely could not comprehend because that's what my sister would do after school. Was we'd go home and play games or we'd watch an anime together. And it's like I can't imagine my life without it. It's like it's who I am essentially.
No, it's a beautiful answer. I think we've said it. Anime kind of it's a deep storytelling. I know, and I hate when people say it's cartoons, and I hate when people say is that hentai, and it just really
Oh my
annoys me.
gosh. Yeah.
But it really is appreciate it's not in the real live action format, but I think even better is in terms of the emotions and what you can get out of these characters by drawing them is a lot. I don't know, it just hits different for me. Don't get me wrong, films are great as well, but anime just hits different in terms of the storytelling. So I appreciate anime a lot. I think there's been some great stories. I know you mentioned because I'm one of those people where I used to think, oh, if it doesn't look good, I'm not going to watch it. So I think you've mentioned that like Clanad people said they didn't look like the animation or the illustration or whatever. I used to think that about Mob Psycho. Great story. Love Mob Psycho.
It's so good.
Yeah, exactly, right? But you just like, what is this? And the same with the Ranking of Kings. My co-host kept saying, watch it. I was like, what is this fairy tale nonsense cartoon? He's got a stick and what like, he said, Ed, watch it. So I sat down and like, after that first episode, like I would be a monster really if I didn't like Ranking of Kings.
It's
like
so good.
incredible.
It's not what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
It's like that's like I'm glad that I've let go because I was kind of the same way. If I didn't like the art style, like that's why I put off Dororo for such a long time because I didn't like how it looked. So I guess I'm still not over that, but like I'm so glad that people told me to watch it and that I am watching it because I would have missed out on such a great story that is so unique and unlike anything that I've ever seen, kind of like Ranking of Kings, and I love Mob Psycho as well. So did you you liked them then?
Yeah, I love those two. I
good.
love like Ranking the Kings shot up to my top 10 anime. Like it's incredible story. Like I would literally be a monster if I didn't like that because It was because I think a lot of I know that it takes a great story for shonen or shueisha to pick up a manga and make it an anime. It's a lot of money, so I appreciate any anime that becomes animated has come a long way. But Ranking of Kings to me it was so different. The premise, the story, it wasn't your typical shonen. He didn't have the best power or whatever. Everything was just flipped and subverted with great themes, essentially showcased around who Boji is. It's brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I can't fault it. So yeah, that was. And then it's funny as well because you see the art style and you think it's going to be like this kind of fairy tale, nicey, but then
Studio
it's
Ghibli.
exactly right. But it's got dark themes in there. Oh mate, like what? Insane. Like it's yeah, I love that anime. I absolutely love it. Talking about anime, you have the Anime Watch Club. Can you tell our listeners what is Anime Watch Club and what do you do?
Okay, so what it started out as was I saw a lot of like book talk, and that's still like on my feed a lot, and a lot of them were doing like book clubs. So I was like, oh, I should start something like that, but like to watch anime. So it's essentially we vote on an anime to watch for the month, and we were trying to watch it all together, but even with a smaller group, it was so difficult, and people are like, I can't do that day, doesn't work for me, I'm sad. So like now it's just watch at your own pace. You just pick the anime for the month, you have to finish it, and then I make a video and we talk about it.
Nice.
And it's really fun because it's got me to watch anime that I normally would not have finished or even started, that are now some of my favorites. So that is what Anime Watch Club is.
No, and I think it's just like you said, it's bringing the community together, and all of you just like vibing off a shared interest and passion, right? Which is anime. One thing that, and people who ask me like, what's an obscure anime to watch? If you're looking for obscure, I've got two. Kaiji, the gambling anime.
I want to watch that so badly.
So good. So if you watch the like Squid Games and Beast Games, a lot of the ideas came from Kaiji. In terms of like, and then the other one is Eden of the East. That's really good as well. Have you seen it already?
No.
Oh, okay,
But during the Tumblr days, I always saw like GIFs of it.
Okay, nice.
And so like I know what the characters look like, but I have no idea what the premise is. So I need to watch it because I know it's well loved. At least it was on Tumblr.
Well, we said it before, more anime, more problems. There's just so much, isn't there? There's just too much anime.
Yes,
so
so
I won't
much.
fault you for not watching or putting it in like the bottom of your list. Just like you mentioned, whatever you're feeling, whatever the vibe is, whatever, feel free to watch. But those are just two, in case.
Okay.
So we have a theoretical question section where I just, ask you theoretical questions, as it were. Okay. So, if you could choose 5 anime or gaming characters who you would who would you like to invite to your manga book club, which anime characters or game characters would they be?
Okay, let me think. There's a lot of good options. To my manga, like a manga book club?
Yes.
Like to like discuss things? Okay. I think that honestly having gone there would be interesting. One, because he's just so optimistic and fun, but also very naive. So it'd be very fun to have someone like him in there. Also it'd be interesting. I'm trying hard not to just say like my favorite anime characters because that'd be basic. Maybe Crollo from Hunter x
Hunter. Yeah,
he has a book as his Nen ability.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'd be also very interesting. I said 2 Hunter x Hunter characters.
No,
Say
whatever. You're absolutely fine. Say whatever.
Very big contrast between him and Gon.
It doesn't have to be 5. We can stop at 3 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do one more. Okay, I'm gonna be so basic and say Gojo from JJK.
Oh, okay.
Just because he's eye candy and I want to talk to him.
Fair play.
About
manga. If you could style, because I know I see a lot of hair videos and you're Instagram. If you could style the hair of any anime character, who would it be?
Oh
And
my gosh. I'm trying to think of someone that has like particularly bad hair. But I feel like obviously there's Dragon Ball Z with the spiky hair.
yeah,
If I could style anyone's hair, I've always loved Erza Scarlet's hair from Fairy Tail, so maybe hers. It's just
nice.
long and red and pretty. So I think it'd just be fun. I can't think of anyone with really bad hair.
I think
That means
Naruto
that.
has bad hair.
What?
Spiky. I don't know. I
More
prefer
than
adult
Dragon Ball
Naruto.
Z?
I mean Vegeta. Actually, Vegeta's alright. Who has Goku? Yeah, Goku has bad hair, I guess.
Okay,
Um,
Goku's is bad, but
but it's
that
iconic,
seems,
but
like,
yeah.
unmanageable. It's like I wouldn't be able to do anything to it.
Give him a perm or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think adult Naruto. I mean, it's the same, but yeah, maybe. That was just what came to mind. If you if you could cook for any anime character, who would it be and why?
Oh, who would appreciate my food? The thing is that I burn. Oh, okay. I'd make it for Otae from Gintama. She's a character that cooks food, and it like comes out like purple and like burnt and like mysterious. And I'd probably cook for her because if she can eat that and enjoy it, I tend to burn my food a lot. So we are soul sisters in the sense that we'll eat the food and still think it's probably good even if it's burnt. So I'd feed Otae from Gintama.
Okay. Who would you rather go on a date with? Johan, Lieber or from Monster or Eren Yeager from AOT?
Oh my gosh. I feel like Johan would actually treat me well on a date. Eren was really mean to Mikasa like
Yeah.
the whole time, and I don't know how he'd treat me on a date. So I don't know. I love both of them, but Johan's a little bit more charming.
Fair play.
I feel like it'd be fun.
uh, if you could have any anime superpower, which one would you have?
I feel like one of the coolest. I'd probably choose Sharingan. Like
Nice.
being able to do Genjutsu
Yeah.
sounds really nice and
Devious.
also really dope. Yeah. Or oh wait, can I change my answer to
Yeah, go for it.
Lelouch's eye? You can command
Oh yeah,
people to
yeah.
do whatever you want.
But
Okay,
the,
those
you
are
know
my two
the
answers.
no, that's fine. They're both eyes, but you know the whole the issue with his eyes is if you don't know it's on with Yuffie, you know the whole Yuffie incident where he didn't know it's on, and that could be an issue.
yes.
But that was a shocking moment for me. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
luckily, as a viewer, I'd know what not to do. So that's why I'd take it. I'd have that ability
You learn from
since
his
I've seen-
mistakes. I love it.
Yes, exactly.
And then finally, on the theoretical questions, if you could travel back to any point in time in anime history, where would you go?
Oh my gosh. I feel like, honestly, like the 2010s is still like the best, or maybe like late 2000s is still like the best anime era. And again, that's where like I was really watching a lot, and like where it just felt like I was just so immersed. It's all I thought about. Like my sister and I would make anime characters and just daydream about it in school. And it's because I feel like the anime at that time was just, there is a lot of good ones that was coming out.
Yeah.
And nowadays I feel like it's a lot of, I don't know, like a lot of isekai that are really poor quality, or a lot of things it's just, they're just not as quality as I remember them being. So I'd go back to the 2010s or late 2000s.
Sorry, that was a poorly question. I like the answer, but it was a poorly
Oh, no, you're fine.
question from my side. I meant in terms of in the anime locations. So, and again, that was my
Oh.
fault because that was a poorly
Oh, no,
worded
you're
question.
fine.
So like for instance, would you go
Okay.
to, I don't know, Warmara or something? Probably not, but you know. And it could be any anime.
So any anime location.
Yeah.
Like,
Where would you go and why?
you know, I've asked people this, but I've never known what the answer would be for myself. Because one, it would be fun to have like a more futuristic anime location, but
Yep.
also a more peaceful one. Because futuristic or
Yes.
like an Akira or Cyberpunk, it's kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
Things are always wrong.
Akira's not too bad, I think, in terms of like
Are
other
you
than
sure?
Tetsugo, other than that, and then blowing up the whole city. Before that,
Exactly.
it's just normal human beings. Just
Well, there's like motorcycle gangs, and I guess
true.
and yeah, like what was happening behind the scenes. I don't know if I want to be there for that. So I think of like, I don't know, Spy Family times.
Yeah, that's a great
Control.
answer. Great answer.
Oh, that's basic. I'm sorry.
No. I would go to something like Pokemon, but a Pokemon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you shaking? Why are you going like this?
So, oh gosh. Okay, so me and my co-host had a quick debate about Pokemon being scary, right? And I said Pokemon scary, and my co-host was like, no, Pokemon are very scary. Imagine seeing a Charizard in real life coming at you, like you're
Well,
gonna
I
run
have
away,
my
right?
Pokemon to protect me if that
Oh,
happened.
yeah, but if your Pokemon loses, then you're fresh, you're fresh meat, right?
I mean, that's fair. But if I
Um,
had like Kyogre or Snorlax to just shield me, I don't know. I think I'd be fine.
There's a lot of ifs you're saying, but what I'm saying, if they were unhinged, unleashed. So one thing we do, and I'm actually going to ask you this, actually.
Okay.
One thing we do when we ask our guests is we get our guests to send us or tell us a Pokemon, and then my co-host makes a scary story out of the Pokemon. So it's called Solo Special Stories. So I appreciate this is on the spot. I should have messaged you earlier.
That's okay.
But if you could choose, ideally in the first original 150, but choose any one that comes to mind.
Okay.
We've done, if you say one that we've done, I'll let you know. But can you choose a
Okay.
Pokemon for my co-host to make scary?
Is Absol in the 150?
Let me check.
Of
Oh, no, it's not. We
Okay.
haven't done it. So,
Okay.
yep, there we go. Solo, you've got
Absol.
Absol. Actually, I just Googled it. It looks decent. Because I think someone
Yeah.
gave him what was it, like a fish, like Magikarp or something. And he had to do one. He did all right, actually, to be fair.
So maybe I gave him something too easy. But
What,
maybe
Absol?
it'll be Absol
Nah,
looks kind of spooky.
yeah. I think, and that's why I said he would like it, because he can make a good
Okay.
story. So,
I'm excited.
yeah. And then I'll put my sound effects over it. So thank you
Okay,
so much.
lovely.
Start to breathe faster. You hear that same deep rumble from overhead. Those eyes rush towards you.
We've got our super quick fire round. So this is an either or. So if I say Nintendo or PlayStation, you would say,
Probably Nintendo.
okay, there you go. So it's an either or. So it's whatever
Okay.
first comes to mind, right? Okay.
Okay.
Are you a morning or night person?
Night.
Goku or Vegeta?
Vegeta.
Levi or Armin?
Levi.
Gon or Killua?
Killua.
Leorio or Kurapika?
Kurapika.
Crollo or Killua, sorry.
Crollo. Oh, Crollo.
The last song you listened to?
It was a soundtrack by Madoka Magica, but I don't remember the name.
Okay. So, Smash Bros or Mario Kart?
Smash Bros.
Chefing or eating?
Eating.
Pokemon Gold or Silver?
Gold.
TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Straight or curly?
Straight?
Okay. Manga or anime?
I'll
What?
go anime. I can't pick. We talked about it.
Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Last anime film you watched?
It was Grave of the Fireflies.
Nice. K-pop or hip-hop?
Hip hop.
Naruto or Bleach?
Naruto.
And then finally, what would you say to your younger self if she was listening today?
Literally like that my dreams came true, because I never thought I could make I would literally type in how to make anime my job, like watching anime my job. And now that has come true. It's like just keep going. Things will get better, even if it doesn't feel like it really doesn't feel like it at the moment, but it will. And if you keep going then and keep pursuing things, even if it's difficult, it will happen.
Amen to that. Amber, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you
really,
for
really
having
appreciate
me.
it. We'll have your links in our show notes and the episode notes as well. Please go follow her. Amazing content. As we mentioned on the podcast, we only invite people who we mess with, and Amber is such a great content creator. So thank you so much, Amber, for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Peace. Oh, I know this. Click on the next video before he lets it off. Impeccable form, by the way, and the Hunter x Hunter drip is... Get out of there! It's still there, though. Yes, but in his mind, it's gone.